Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's session, we are going to talk about packaging specification in EWM. So if you work in warehouse management or logistic, you know how crucial packaging is for smooth operations, right? So for that purpose, SAP has like given us a packaging specification, which is one of the master data object that defines how a product should be packed at different levels. Think of it as your blueprint for packaging. It tells the system how many units go in a box, how many boxes go in a pallet, and so on. So let's begin our packaging specification with a definition. A packaging specification in SAP EWM is a master data object that defines the packaging structure and rules for materials. It defines the sequence of packaging, the material used for each level, and even the work step that should be performed during packaging. Packaging specifications are reused by various processes, like, for example, for your good receive, for outbound process, for production staging. So, why packaging specification is important? The answer is simple. It automates and streamlines your packaging operations. Instead of user manually defining what packaging materials to use, EDM actually determines it based on packaging specification. This saves times and minimize your packaging errors. Okay, so now in this video I'm going to talk about the structure of the packaging specification. Let's break down the main component. First you have header, then you have content, and then you have like levels, then elements, and even your work step. So what is a header? Header is nothing but it contains all the general data such as number, your description, your validity, and all those stuff. And within that you also have your content is actually the product that you want to pack. Okay, the main product will be go along with your content within the packaging specification. Okay, within that content you have an option of for adding the levels of packaging. Okay, what is level? Level represent your layer of packing. For example, your bottle, your carton, your pallet. So everything will be under your levels. Okay, well, I'll explain you each step how we add a levels and layers of packaging within the packaging specification. But before that, you should know these things. Okay, like key components of your packaging specification. Then you have elements. Elements are actual material or steps defined for the each level. Element will have all the data related to your packaging specific packaging material that will be going along with the level. Okay, and work step is the instruction where activity will be described. Okay, like wrapping, labeling, sealing, that will be provided to the resources will be operating or will be involved within the packaging steps. Okay, so now let us take an example here with the content. I'm just putting a layman example so you guys can relate. Like for content we can have a bottle, a water bottle, 1 liter water bottle. You can take an example. So at level 1 you have 12 bottles that are grouped together in a polythene bag. Okay, so in the level 1 you have this option of grouping 12 bottle within one packaging material, that is your polythene bag, with a work step that it needs to be go inside a polythene bag. So this is the first instruction as level 1. Then at the second level, 12 of these bottles are packed into one carton. At level second, 12 bottles that you have packed within a polythene bag go inside a carton box. So in level 2, your product will be water bottles. How much quantity? 12 that are grouped with a polythene bag go inside a packaging material of carton box. Okay, and carton box gets sealed inside a work step. You can instruct your resource that it will be sealed. Okay, and at the final step, at the third level, you can also say 10 such cartons are placed on a pallet. Okay, so like 12 bottle get inside one carton box. Just like that, when you have 10 carton box, you have an additional level where all these 10 carton box get placed on one pallet. So what you have noticed, we have at each level we have an option of element group. Inside element group we have packaging material. So whatever packaging material you want to use at each level, you can place that packaging material. Like first we have used like polythene bags, then you have at the second level we have used carton box, and the final level we are using pallets. Okay, so you have to define this material type, packaging material, as a prerequisite in the system. Then only you can use at the individual level in the pack spec. So EWM uses specification to automatically create handling unit and structure them properly when goods are received of it. Okay, so this is the main purpose of the structure, building structure within the packaging specification. So for my example, I'm going to use this as my packaging material for my pack spec. This is what I have created for my warehouse. And if you go inside that, you can see packaging data. I have used standard HU type SC1 carton packaging material type. You can also define within the configuration or steps of the handling unit. Okay. For that, I have already created one video. You can watch that, how to create a handling unit in EWM. You can watch that video and get the idea how you can create all these packaging materials and HUs for yourself. Okay. And for the configuration steps, you can go inside SPRO, preference IMG, SEM extended warehouse management. You can go inside master data, some master data object. So you can go inside packaging specification. And here you can see there's an option of defining number ranges for packaging specification. You can go inside and you can see it's a client base number range. So you can just pick whatever it is given in the standard. I'm not making any new additional number ranges for myself. And inside that, then after defining number ranges, you can go to define general packaging specification parameter. Inside that, there is nothing but the number ranges set for work step and element group. Also a form name it is given. Come back and go inside define packaging specification group. Inside that, you have to create a group for your pack spec. Just like that, I have created with a new entry USA1 pack spec group. Inside that, you can see I have used 01 as my number ranges object for my packaging specification. Then it is basically for local distribution. Okay, nothing else. With this, you will be able to create your own pack spec within the system. So this configuration is must. So I'll show you. You have to remember one T code in order to create a packaging specification, that is /n/scwm pack spec. So if you go inside that, you will see this is a blank page. And if you want to create a new packaging specification, you have to go inside new line, and then you have to select packaging specification group, just like what I have created here. Packaging specification group, I have created a USA1. So you can put that USA1, click enter, and it will automatically give you a number for packaging specification that you want to create. But still it's in a yellow, it's not activated. So you can go inside and see what options are available to you. So you have level type that we have configured already, okay, in the configuration step. So our number for pack spec is 53. It's a new pack spec, and we have set a 2 level of packaging specification. Then you have content. If you want, you can add one content here, okay. Like for example, for product, add product. So you can see if you click on that, system will give you an option of putting a product inside. Here you can add your product. So I have one material that I want to set and I want to show you how what I have created. After that, just come back to where we were. We have to build a level set, and the structure that I've showed you in the diagram, that configuration is required in the packaging specification. Coincide maintains structure for packaging specification. Here you have defined level type, defined element type, and defined level set, defined work steps, and defined packaging material type. So I'll be showing you step by step how you'll be creating that. First, we have defined level type. Defined level type. Inside that, you have levels, right? Like L001, L002, L003. Okay, or LUS or LUSA. Okay, so this is what I have taken for myself. What type of levels you want to create? So click on this LUSA. This is my first level. This is available for input, and I want to create it HU for that. Okay, and if you want, you can also set the icon for it for activation. Okay, so if it is activated, it will be giving you certain icons. Whether you can select green icon tick or green icon, it's up to you what type of icon you want to use for the level set. Okay, so as you can see in my process packaging specification structure, I'll be using a different type of icons in my levels. Go back. How many levels you want to create? It's up to you. You can choose accordingly. Go back. Then you have defined element type. Okay, in element type also, how many elements you want to have. Okay, so I have created EUS1, EUS2, like that. You have level 1. Okay, level 1, you have one element type like 11 LUSA I have taken, and with that I have added my element as EUS1. Okay, for the second step I'll be using EUS2. First you can use it for auxiliary, then you can use it for main packaging, and then you can use it for palette if you have 3 levels of packaging. Then at the final step, we have defined level set. In the level set, you can add whatever you like. For example, level set, you can have a new entry. I have just given my own warehouse name so that I can identify what I've created for my packaging specification. So you can use that. So I'm clicking on USA 1, coincide assign level. So here you can see I have added 2 levels. In the sequence 1, we have LUSA, and in the sequence 2, we have LUS2. Inside that, I have added a separate element type. Okay, US1 within LUSA. Okay, level 1 with my element type. Similarly, for the level 2, we have also a different element EUS2. This is my second element. Just like this diagram, this is my LUSA with EUS1. Okay, just like that. Come back, and you can also define your work step whatever you like. This is not mandatory, but if you have any work step, then you can add that within the level set. Okay, okay, so what define packaging material type? You have this option of packaging materials, like whatever I'm using is 0001, 0001. This is my packaging material type. So if you want, you can also use auxiliary material and boxes, palette, whatever type you want to create, you can directly create in HU type and assign it to this particular configuration node. Okay, after creation, you can also assign it with your element type. Okay, what element type we are using generally. So if I go down, this is my element type E001, E002. So these are my the one that I have created for my own warehouse. Okay, and you also have the option of adding work step. Okay, so this is for the configuration part of this packaging specification. There's also a determination process of the packaging specification. So currently we'll be using a condition type called OIBD for inbound. So you can use that. And for the determination procedure. So you can see OIBD. Inside that we have this condition type that will be triggered whenever you will be using a packaging specification, and that will be going inside your inbound delivery document type. Go inside inbound delivery, define document type. Inside that INB, you need to make sure your OIBD is placed within the pack material proposed procedure. With that, this condition will be triggered, and you have to make sure that there is no tick in front of no automatic packaging. Okay, otherwise if it is tick, then you will not get triggered packaging in the inbound delivery. Okay, the final step, I'm going to show you how you can set up your packaging specification, and how I basically done for my own. What transaction code I told you to look up to, this is what we are going to use for packaging specification. Okay, go inside that and see what I have created. I'll just going to show you how what I have created for my own use. So you can see 45 I have used. Inside that we have a description of pack spec with my packaging specification group. Inside that, so once you have created any packaging specification, you cannot make any change within this. You have to create a second version of this. Then only make any changes and different things that you want to add for your existing packaging specification. Okay, so inside this packaging specification, you can see this is my packaging specification 45. This is the condition that I have showed you. It is in the active status, so you can see this already active. And if you want, you can deactivate this packaging specification up to your requirement. So OIBD is my condition type. So this is the condition record that I have set here, OIBD, and this is my supply chain unit, and this is the product for which I will be using this packaging specification. Okay, so inside that you have a product. You can see USA 1 for quantity 1, base quantity also 1 I have set for each. And you can also put the length, the width, the height, the volume, all these product detail specification, the attributes. And then you have main component structure, which is your uh, level and the elements. Okay, if you go inside level 1, you'll see the target quantity is 2. Okay, total quantity 2, it is being set. So if your target quantity is 2, it will be creating a level 1 of the packaging handling unit. How it will be creating that? Because I have created HU creation here in the tick. So once it find out 2 quantity in your inbound delivery, it will automatically create handling unit for you. Okay, inside that you also have element group that I have added within this. You can reuse this element group for different levels, or you can have separate different element group for each level. So inside that you have packaging material, whatever you want to use. So currently I'm just using one packaging material, so you don't have to worry about it. And as you can see, EUS1 is being triggered in the element group with what type of packaging I need to have. Okay, how many HUs will be relevant for my packaging. And inside that you also have your element type, packaging material, all these specification. At the second step, we also want to have a second level of packaging with EUS2 here with the same packaging material. Okay, if you want, you can use a different packaging material. Like for example, for what I have given you an example, you can use here as a carton. First as a polythene pack, then at the second level, you can also use it as a carton. Additionally, if you want to add a different level, there is another option manually where you can put a third level for pallet. Okay, so make sure that for that you have to define the packaging material type within HUs. Then only you will be able to use that packaging material here. Okay, once you set up everything, you need to click on HU check, and if it is everything is right, then you can activate or deactivate with this particular icon. Okay, now I'll show you how it is actually automated and it will give you an output based on what we have set here. Currently, I'm just using my already existing delivery. Maybe this one I can choose. I'm just taking an example of 4 quantities, delivery quantities. This is my storage type, store location, and this is my warehouse. Just save it. My inbound delivery will be distributed to EWM. Just copy that. Go to a transaction code PRDI. Make sure your warehouse is set up. Yep. Paste that delivery number, execute, and it will be automatically coming here. Okay. In the statuses, you can see if you go inside status, you will be seeing DPC, which is packaging as completed. If it is not triggered, it will show you not started. Okay. Now, if I go inside HU, you'll see it is automatically get packed. I haven't done anything manually. Everything is packed automatically. Okay. If you want to see display HU current status, you can go here and inside that you will be seeing 2 HUs. At first level, we have 2 quantities stored. At the second step, we have additional 2 quantities get stored. So initially we have started our delivery with 4 quantities. So two quantity has been separated and put inside 2 different HUs. This is what we have instructed in our packaging specification at different levels. Like level 1, we have how much quantity? 2 quantities, right? Target quantities. And at the second level, we also have 2 target quantities. Just like that, you can also set a third level where you want to have palette with where you can add 2 HUs get stored inside one big HU, which is palette. Okay, you can consider that as a palette. So I hope this video is helpful for you guys. To summarize, the packaging specification in WM defines how products should be packed, with packaging materials should be used, at how many levels, and with what work instructions. Okay, so work instruction will be generally put here as 44. So you can assign what work steps you have created for your steps. Okay, generally I have created USA1 work step. So I'm just adding here. So this is nothing but the instructions that will go along with the packaging within PackSpec. Okay.